Is that if you look after hip pull, the first thing is I'm gonna press her palm. I had been working on her right side. I should come around and work on the right side, okay? But I'm not, for the purposes of demonstrating over, so it's easier for you to see, otherwise I'd be standing in your way, okay? So that's critical. So let's actually just pretend, so in the reality, I would have come up like this. I would have worked here, done the hip pull, and then I'm gonna walk around to her left side, okay? That's where we're left off, okay? So what I'm doing here is just with a soft, I call it a fist, but I'm not gripping. It's just I'm using the flat part of my phalanges and the knuckles, and I'm going right into, starting at the wrist crease. Yeah, get as close as you need to. But look at my arm. I'm just a nice wide stance, and I'm pouring weight, and look at my scapula. It's down, right? And then I'm gonna find lots of different yummy points to press. All over the palm, including the fingers, including the thumb. And use that big knuckle to good use. I can press into that first joint. Jessica, tell us how that feels. Feels really good. Yes! Good. We're going to come back to the hands and use our hand strength, but for now this is just a nice tenderizing. It's like when you're making a milanesa, right? You pound it really flat, right? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? No. All right, so now we're at palm pressing the arm. So same thing here as we did on the back, palm over palm, starting at the wrist. And notice here, I'm pulling my weight back, and then I'm pouring it. I'm moving my sternum over the work to create the compression. And see how my arms are now vertical? And then to let off, I just shift my weight back and move positions and then shift forward. That's the weight. That's as much as she gets, is how much I can generate by doing that. I lean back and I lean forward. Okay, then I'm gonna pull her arm off the table. We could switch here. Our cinematographer. Same thing here on the triceps. All right, pouring the weight back to release, moving. And when her triceps bumps into her scapula there, finish there with the edge of your hand. But then we're gonna go into the elbow press. So you all know this feeling right here where it feels like the scapula meets the deltoid and the triceps, right? So this little line here. So I'm gonna put my elbow in there. This table's super low, so I can look at my stance.
You do your own stretching at the same time.
That's why we do yoga. And I can make it broad if they're tender, sensitive, and delicate. I can make it nice and broad, or I can make it much more specific, right? So you can tailor that just by moving your arm a little bit, and do like 3 or 4 different spots. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
And I'm also trying to really hone in. My mind's eye is at my elbow point. I'm feeling where her rotator cuff muscles are coming down and attaching, and I'm trying to have a nice conversation. Like right there. That's a good spot.
Are you feeling her twitching or?
No, I can feel the tension.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so there's more resistance, and the tone is causing it to sort of stand out from soft pliability to, oh, it's resisting more. So it's a little bit, you have to go after those places. That's what people actually need and want. Okay. Then we're gonna do one more. Same thing, that back of the hand that I use in the palm. I'm gonna line up my fingers with the rotator cuff muscles, and I'm gonna compress into there. This other hand is just for bracing. So we'll start medial and work out lateral. Right? Start medial and work out lateral. Okay, let's go back to the top. So after the hip pull, I'm walking around and I'm going to compress the palm. I'm going to compress the forearm. I'm going to compress the triceps, brachii. And I'm going to use my forearm and or elbow. And then I'm going to use my knuckles and flat fingers on the scapular muscles. Like that.
Okay.
Let's try it.